Okay, guys, short break in the action, and we're back. after a break here, our top four, we had Sam beat Cole. That was Dromai versus Azalea. And then we watched Aaron versus Joe, which was Azuri versus Riptide. Noah and Zach, we had Zach beating Noah. Zach was on Azalea and Noah was on Boltyn. And then we had Drew and Trent, and Drew ended up beating was on Boltyn and beat Reinar. So now we have Zach versus Drew right here as our top four feature match. We have Zach playing Azalea on the bottom here, and we have Drew playing Boltyn on the top. So I'm actually really excited to see how this matchup goes. The other matchup is Sam playing Dromai versus Aaron playing Azuri. So I think this will be an entertaining match. I mean, I think I fatigued a lot of Lexies, Nathaniel. Like, there were a lot of Lexies that I fatigued during that RTN season. So I don't feel bad about it, man. Like, that was like me and that Oldham deck were really vibing, honestly, bro. Pitching Beacon of Victory here. Activate Iron Song Versus, and then we're gonna Beaming Bravado for 3. Zach's going to block with 2 cards, and then I imagine that... I don't know. Are we going to Boltyn here? No, we're not going to Boltyn. We just want to get a card in the soul here. And then we're going to go ahead and Arsenal pass. So now Zach's first turn right here. We got to pitch a Sleep Dart to a Death Dealer here. Oh, man. Starting out hot with a Retina Ledger, huh? This deck just never slows down, does it? Jeez. Jeez! All right, Retina Ledger for 8 on hit Ponder token. Part of me wonders if this might be one Rainy Boy in his hand here. I don't even know if Azalea is supposed to play Rain Razors into this matchup, honestly. I'm also curious to see how good Soulbound Resolve looks here. This is like a really cool card. And I like the idea of being able to like charge and prevent damage with it, so... Okay, sink below. So Drew's taking 1 here. Zach's going to have 2 cards to choose from to Arsenal here. And then Drew's throwing a CNC. Okay, not a bad turn here. Drew's looking to apply some pressure here. Drew having a pretty good hand to play around the old Retina Ledger there. Not too bad. Now, Zach has to make the decision, is his arsenal worth giving up 2 cards, or would he rather just keep all of his cards and throw his 4-card hand here? I think Zach's making a pretty good decision by blocking 6 here, especially since he has 2 attack actions. More than likely not able to play both of them unless we get some bad blocks from Drew pretty early on. It's also worth noting that, like, Drew just like has a complete fridge over here. I mean, each of these like block, like this is like 9 points worth of block over here, plus like the 2 potential points off of Soulbound Resolve. So we're talking about 11 points worth of equipment block. Like this could really be good here. Okay, so it looks like the Command and Conquer hit for 1. What did we play? How did we charge a card here? Did he Beacon a Victory for the +1 to get Zach's Arsenal? Wow. Absolutely insane right there. Man, that's crazy. Sorry, I was too busy talking and I missed it, but man, that was a crazy play. Is Beacon a Victory anything? Target attack gets +X. Wow. The old lunging press there on the Command and Conquer. Quite spicy there. I wouldn't have played around it, I can tell you that. All right, Beaming Bravado gets +1 here off banishing the Bolting Blade. And then we got a little Raiden action for 3. Drew having a pretty good start here off of a tempo swing so far. Looking pretty good here. Death Dealer in the Remorseless off of this Tunic here. Okay, so Zach's looking to like really make a Remorseless happen here. Uh-oh, just kidding. We're looking to make a Retina Ledger happen. Azalea's go-to strategy. Wonder if we have some pumps to go along with a premeditate. A seek and destroy. Sheesh. 11 dominate. On hit, make a ponder token. Premeditate and red in the ledger, like in a big dominated attack, is just like there's so much value there. Okay. So this is blocking 8. And a sink below. Wow, man, Drew. Woo! Drew's covering it up here. Man, Drew is trying his best to make it happen right here. And then we got a Light the Way, which is just on hit go again, I'm pretty sure. If you put a yellow card in, which he did. He put the Bolting Blade in there. Bolting Blade is the 2 for 7. Yep, that's what I thought. So, man, Drew's like really making this look good here. And Zach has an interesting choice here. He can let this hit and give it go again, which means he knows Raiden's coming in. Or you can block with 2 cards, I guess, to try and stop it, and then he forces Drew to use Boltyn. Man, Zach probably just taking the value block here if I had to guess. Boltyn being able to play Soul Shield against Azalea is just so good. There's so much value in that. And then Raiden for 3. Zach's going to go to 28 here. Drew has managed to create an 11-point life deficit here through 2 red in the ledger so far this game. This has been very good this has been a very good showing so far from Drew to this point. Sleep Dart also does look to do a lot against Zach or against Drew. Being able to turn off his hero ability is very strong. That's 1 Raid Razors. Okay, so we push through 2 points, turn off Boltyn's hero ability, and arsenal our last card. I mean, this is still like snap to draw a card here if he wants to keep the turn going. I don't really know if this is worth blocking at this point, considering you know you've turned off the hero ability. Like, if your hand's good, you can probably just say, yeah, you know what, no blocks. You can have an extra card here. Deadeye also blocks well if it doesn't play well into your hand. So the fact that it doesn't, Drew has to decide if he wants to snap here to throw his last card. It's probably better just for Drew to arsenal, right? Like, that's probably just a better play for him. Oh, just kidding. So he deems Snapdragon Scalers being worth Raiden for 3, which, I mean, to be fair, like, it's probably what he's looking like. That's probably what he's looking at it being worth pretty much all the time anyway. Like, Snaps is probably worth 3 to 5 points if I had to guess most of the time. Zach gives an arrow to block there. Zach trying to keep, the life total described. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Celestial Cataclysm for 7. Drew rolling out the carpet here. There are no stops. Man. Drew for 7. Go again. Yep, block 6. That makes sense to me. I think blocking 6 is pretty good there. All right, Zach just passes. All right, Drew has 4 cards. He's used a couple of his equipment block here, so like we're not exactly running on fumes for equipment block here, but we're not exactly what I would call looking good either. Beaming Bravado, and he charges the Banneret that gives you a courage token. So he can give this go again if he wants to, and then throw Raiden here. Drew is definitely showing right now why Boltyn is one of the better decks in the current metagame right now. Like, Drew really like showing like how you can put a lot of pressure on. Like, also, like, his defense reactions have lined up incredibly well so far, but this has been a very good game from Drew's side of the table. I've really enjoyed watching this here. Looks like Zach's debating how he wants to block. I assume we're going to Boltyn here. Yep. So Zach goes to 23. So Zach's at 23. Create an Iron Song versus here. So Drew values coming in for 4 with an on hit of +1 next turn, basically. Overthrowing 7. But he does get to keep an Arsenal card over being able to throw the Valiant Thrust here. So I'm going to take Drew's word for it when he makes decision points here. Because, I mean, Drew's a good player. And, you know, Drew, really knows Boltyn pretty well. So I'm pretty much just going to take Drew's word for it when he makes decisions. But it's still good for us to question and, you know, wonder why things are happening here. Zach's down 16 points, and Drew has a 5-card hand. Zach's going to need something big to get him back into this game, guys. He's falling behind quick. Falling behind quick here. All right, so we have go again here. How did he... Okay, so he put a... Nope, that's from... So he put a card on top of the deck with Death Dealer, okay? Or with Cross Wrap, I mean. Sorry, wrong thing. Okay, so we're looking at red in the ledger for 8 here. I mean, this is a pretty good hand all the way around. Really trying to just, put pressure on here. Zach's going to need a big tempo swing here. Zach needs a big tempo swing to try and get him back into this game here. So this is 8 on hit red in the ledger, which is way more important than on hit double frailty. Okay. So 2 cards and a Soulbound Resolve. Drew's not going to charge here. And then Zach's going to get to Arsenal the card that he left on top. Oh, excuse me. Soulbound Resolve doesn't really have text other than blocking, does it? No, it's just the blocking part. So he's basically got 2 more block out of this if he wants. And I know he wants to save this for one of his combo style turns. So Bolt of Courage for 4 is pretty good here, considering he has 1 card in Arsenal. The Courage token just automatically buffing that up, looking really good there. Making Drew's turn a lot easier here. So Zach's going to go opting here. Drew decides not to use Boltyn's ability to swing the Raiden, which is interesting to me. All right, we have Seek and Destroy into a Boltyn shot for 7. And Zach left a card on top of his deck. Honestly, makes me wonder if there's another Codex coming right here. Nope, just an Arsenal. Okay, Zach's Zach's managed to crawl back to within 4 points here. Who do you think this is bad for, Josh? I'm curious who you think this is bad for here. I mean, yeah, Azalea being on the back foot's definitely not good for them. Yeah, I knew that you were behind, Nathaniel, when you made the comment about about me fatiguing you, because I knew that was the case. Man. Sheesh. And he gets to Boltyn this? Jeez. Drew, putting on a clinic here. Zach does have 5 cards in hand, though. So, 4 cards in hand in an Arsenal. So, it's not like Zach just has nothing here. But Drew is definitely on the front foot here. Sheesh! Oh my gosh. Oh, man, the no blocks there really punishing Zach because, man, him having another Illuminate is just absolutely insane. Shoo! That's really good for old Drew here. They call him Drew Boltyn McBroham for a reason, folks. That's gonna catch on, y'all watch. Yeah, Rip is right. And Lillian, this is a really good turn. Him having the second Illuminate there punishes Zach so much for not blocking. And he gets to Raiden for 4. Golly. It's 25-3. It's 25-3. We're going to need to see something good here, Zach. And I mean something real good. This is going to have to be like old Snappy Boys into like Bullseye Bracers or something here, I think. I don't know how else he gets back into the game. You don't hate Boltyn. You played Boltyn forever. Get out of here, Nathaniel. You don't hate Boltyn. 6 go again. With the on-hit of Seek and Destroy and the on-hit of Reload. Also, man, my hair is so long. I cannot wait to get a haircut on Thursday. I mean, into a Remorseless for 5 is pretty good. Like, this has been a pretty good turn from Zach. Like, I mean, it's what, 15 points here? But he took 5, so 10, 14, and the V was everything was getting +1. So he took 18 to swing 15 in a game he was already losing. It's not great, but like he definitely, I think Zach had to have a turn where he tried to flip the role here. I just don't think there was another way out. Dude, Drew is a great Boltyn player, 100%. Drew's a very good Boltyn player, brother. He said, and I had to play him twice. Yeah, I feel like you playing like Drew, who is good on Boltyn, and on top of that, like it just not being that great of a matchup for you, like really made for a tough day for you. I mean, hey, you made top 8 though. Look at it that way, man. Okay, so if this is Beacon of Victory, Zach loses. If he blocks with Knock the Death Whistle and Drew has the Bacon of Victory, it's over. All right, it's not Bacon of Victory. Oh my God. Oh, Drew is just... Oh my gosh, this is a clinic, guys. Ugh. Drew making Boltyn look too easy out here. Too freaking easy. What game of top 8 is this? This is the semifinals right now. This is we got Azalea versus Boltyn, and we have Azuri versus Dromai. So since that's only a pretty polarizing matchup, we decided to get the Boltyn and Azalea game on camera. The semis. I said sorry, Zach. Yeah, Zach's not having fun. This Drew had a really good Zach had a really good turn with Red in the Ledger for Dominate at 11. It was a Red in the Ledger for 11 with Dominate, and Drew had Soul Shield from Arsenal, piece of equipment, and he had the Sink Below from hand. Man. No Arachne Rip, I'm shattered. There was an Azuri today, man. There's actually an Azuri in the semis right now. But no Arachne today, just Azuri. What is this? If it's a yellow card? Okay, so no yellows. This has to be the Beacon of Victory, right? Like he has to, like, even if Zach gives like 2 no pumps here, or like 2 like no non-attack actions, like if he gives like 2 laces here. Is he thinking about giving 1? I mean, oh, excuse me. Oh, Lord. Like, this way he plays around Beacon of Victory. Is Drew just passing? Okay. Zach gets a turn. Probably not a good one, but he gets a turn. Okay, I mean, hey, threatening lethal right here. Like, this is something. We're doing something here. Yeah, no, Haterade, I completely agree. Like, Warriors are, like, doing a lot better now that, like, Icelander's out of the format. And I know Icelander's been gone for, like, quite a few months now. But, like, I think, like, a lot of the Warrior classes have gotten a lot better, especially with this set. Like, they're going to get a lot better. What matches up well into Boltyn? I think Fi can race it really well. Like, I think Fi just does a pretty good job racing Boltyn. Katu may, I don't know, honestly. I'm a pretty big Fi main, and I think that the Fi matchup is like pretty favored into Boltyn from my testing anyway. From my testing. Drew's thinking about giving the Warband of Bologna and Iron Song versus, but he's not willing to give the Soulbound Resolve here. So, like, Drew could give Soulbound Resolve here, prevent or block 4, basically, take 4, go to 4, and then take the Pox token there. He'd have 3 cards in hand and 1 in arsenal, and as long as he doesn't have all reds, he could have a pretty good hand here. Actually, 0-3 into Boltyn. Ooh, interesting, Nathaniel. I mean, I'm not saying, like, it's, like, 100% or anything, but, like, but I think that it's a favored matchup. I'd be curious to know, like, what keeps happening that, like, you just keep getting, like, cooked in that matchup. Like, I'd be curious to sit down and talk about that sometime. Especially as your teammate, I'd really like to know that. Okay, Bolt of Courage for 4. And we charged a Soul Shield. Could have pitched the Beaming... So he could have pitched the Beaming Bravado to block it. Like, he could have went Bologna, Iron Song versus pitch the card, pitch Beaming Bravado to place Soulbound Resolve, and then he would have been able to go Bolt of Courage into another card, charge the card from his hand, and then Boltyn guaranteed because of the Courage, and then he would have been able to throw Raiden and strip every card out of Zach's hand. I mean, you might just be getting high roll, dude. It could be happening. Oh, that's game. That's got to be game, right? Dude, I have to admit, like if it wasn't lethal for sure, yeah, play the Rain Razors. Wow, what a game. What a back and forth game here.